welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer, and with me, as always, the Calvin to my Hobbes, Vespasian.
That's a good one. Hi, everybody.
So we're back. We're back with some battle reports. We're starting into Season 1 of the Fading Flame League, where Aaron is in the tippity top league and I'm in the bottom league. But before we get into that, we're gonna go back to our favorite game of pre-battle report talk. We talk about a famous character and what would that character be in the Ninth Age, and this time it's Jack the Ripper. What would Jack the Ripper be in the Ninth Age world? I'm thinking like the mass murderer. Would he be like a foreigner in the Empire of Sonstal lands doing it? Or would he be like some guy, like a mad scientist or a wizard gone mad? Or something, someone tempted by one of the warriors of the dark gods, one of the dark gods. Like
that could be an interesting one. There's a lot to unpack there, right? The Jack the Ripper was the one that preyed on prostitutes.
Yeah, it was
right?
Prostitutes. So like someone tempted
there's a
by
certain
the god of lust.
I think kind of, yeah, it could be. I think there's also a certain restriction on which societies he could operate in, right? Because I don't know, at least we don't know if there's prostitution in all of the societies, right? So yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't. Jack the Ripper doesn't scream magical to me, so I think something kind of mundane but clever. I think you'd rule Saurians out pretty easily.
A dread elf in the world of Empire of Sunstal?
Could be. I think the warriors element of it is, somebody who's like, maybe even the opposite, like somebody who's attacking lust, like an opposing god.
So he's like a warrior, a prelate who's feels like he's doing justice about ridding the land of lust.
Could be
the dark god of lust, but he's doing it underhandedly. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that could be an interesting character for your D&D.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Ooh, I like it a lot. Okay, I might steal that one. But
there you go.
Let's get over to the bat rep. And in the first round in the 7B League, which is the one I am in, I got paired into Christoph, who was playing Kingdom of Equitaine. This was a great game. I had a good time. Christoph, I think, had to drop out, so I think he played one more game after me. But we're filming this a little after the game was played. But we played Refuse Flank and Hold the Ground. So let me quickly go over my list. This is my new and improved Beast Herds paired weapon. I call it the paired weapons list. So this
Double master.
Yeah. Wait, no. This isn't the right list. Oh, jeez, I screwed this all up.
No.
Hold on one second. Let me just see if I can get the
Here,
right
while you're doing that, maybe I can remind the viewers of the mechanic for the list picking, which I think is actually one of the reasons why this league is so cool. So Abrasis gave everybody 2 weeks per round, which people haven't done a great job of sticking to, but in order to recognize the fact that it would take such a long time to complete a season, I think something close to 3 months, he didn't want people constrained to a single list for that period of time, so he allowed everybody to submit up to 3 lists. You could pick which list you wanted each in advance of each game. The only restriction is that you couldn't, if you used a list only once, then you would receive a 10-point penalty, right? So he's incentivizing people to not just skew for a solo round, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, an interesting mechanic that allowed a little, ability to flex with the list. So
I don't know where my list is, but I'll explain it when we get to the actual army deployment, but we'll talk about Kristoff's list first here. Kingdom of Equitaine, Duke on Hippogriff, Fortress of Faith, Super Dex, Basalt with Might and Grail Oath. Another Duke on Hippogriff, this one's his General, with the Bastard Sword, Crusader Salvation, Cleansing Light, Dragonfire Gem, Audacity, and Questing Oath with a Bastard Sword. He's got a Damsel on a Horse on Druidism, Master, 15 Knights Aspirant with Banner of the Last Charge, 6 Knights of the Realm, 6 Knights of the Realm, 9 Grail Knights, the Green Knight, 5 Yeomen, and 2 Scorpions. It's a pretty solid list. I like the double hippo. That's actually, I think...
No BSB.
Yeah, no BSB. That is bad, but I'm a little afraid of the double hippo because you can get around my flanks pretty easily, which is not good for my army.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have great counters to 2 such mobile, tanky, pitty guys. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, I think he's got pretty, a lot of standard choices. Double Scorp is pretty common. So, yeah, interesting to see how it goes.
Let me go over my list here. So I've got a Minnow Warlord with paired weapons, blessed inscriptions, Destiny's Call, Potion of Swiftness, and the Crown of Horns. So he's a beast.
Gave in. There was I haven't seen you take minnows. I think I remember you telling me no minnows in your list.
For a while I was anti-minnow, but they're good. I've also got a Minnow Chieftain BSB with Essence of Mithril and Super Dex with paired weapons. And also the Greater Totem Bearer. They're in a unit of 6 Minotaurs with paired weapons, Banner of Speed, and Blackwing Totem on the unit.
Okay.
I've got 2 big blocks of Wild Horns. That's 30 of them each. Yeah. Wait, no. 8 times 5 is 40. So 40 of them each. Paired weapons, full command, Banner of the Wild Herd, and Blackwing Totem on each of them. So a lot of Blackwing Totem going around. I've got a Rage and Tux Chariot to give that extra inch charge. I've got 3 units of Gargoyles flying around for chaff. And then I have 3 units of just 5 Centaurs with paired weapons. And I use those. They can hit something weak pretty strong, and also they're just chaff. And I had them show up drunk. So they're...
The 2 wizards, are they in the Wildhorn units?
I should, go over that too. They're both adepts, one on Evo, one on Shamanism. The Evo guy has the book, it's a +2 to cast. And I think the Shamanism guy has Potion of Strength, but also both not paired weapons.
Any armor, defensive, anything?
I don't need armor. I don't need defensive. This is Beast Herds.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not defensive at all, but they're expendable because they're both just adepts.
Okay. Interesting list.
Yeah, this is the way we set up. I think, I got first turn, so I dropped everything to go first. So I put my Minotaurs in the center with the 2 characters in the center, trying to reach out to touch stuff. Flanked on both sides with the big Wildhorn units, and then my chaff is just scattered around. Pretty easy to understand. Okay. So he's got the questing knights of these light blue guys with the damsel in there. There's 2 units of yeomen are on both sides. This is the
aspirants.
The aspirants with the banner with the banner last charge. These 2 are just the 6. Actually, no, he put that down wrong. They're just 5 Knights of the Realm. And then his 2 Griffins. And I believe the big one, this guy is his general. Yeah, that is his general. Okay. So it looks like he wanted the hill. He wanted that long charge off the hill with this unit here with the Banner of the Last Charge. And then he wanted to try to outflank me on the right with the 2 characters.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. In my first turn, I just push up everywhere. Since this is refuse flank, we were a little closer to each other, so I could get my chaff up in front of him pretty quickly. So this piece of chaff goes and chaffs the questing knights. This piece of chaff goes and chaffs these guys up here to set up a charge for either one of these centaur units. And then this centaur unit just goes up in there in the center. I didn't want to take a charge from the Band of the Last Charge unit, so it's like, oh, I'll just take the centaurs. I'm okay with that. And then set up a charge with my Wildhorns up here, or the characters, either one. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. In the magic phase, I just get one spell off, and that's Blackwing Totem on this center unit here, on the Minotaurs, which is great.
Yeah.
In his turn, he takes all the chaff. He takes everything.
Yep.
So, let's see here. Yeah, he takes the chaff over here on the left and overruns. He chaffs both my units, but not my characters, and unfortunately, this is the... He missed this one. With the yeoman here, and he puts a couple of wounds on my unit from yeoman shooting, and he also pops the Green Knight here. It's like one.
Yeah, it's funny because that Wildhorn unit on the left is not threatening anything, so chaffing that is meaningless, right? One yeoman unit could have chaffed the two relevant blocks on the right.
Yeah.
You know, and the characters, no issue. Okay. Yeah, so a mistake here. Fair enough.
Yeah. And he's bringing up his. I'm still a little scared of the hippogriffs on the right here.
Yeah, for sure. Classic.
And he brings this yeoman outriders up here to chaff them.
Yeah.
And it looks like one against the Grail Knights, one of my gargoyles survived and fled over here, but. Oh yeah, and he has his two scorpions back here.
So he got thrown up, and then maybe the Scorps or maybe a Master of Earth took down the 2 wounds on the.
Yeah,
Minos.
one of the two. I remember he was unlucky with the scorpions. That might have been just magic, but we'll see. Let's see. In my turn,
to blow my griffins away like that.
So I take the charge here with the centaurs. Double charge with the chariot and my wild horns into the chaff. Charge both characters out. Now I notice I passed my frenzy check here, so I could charge both the characters out into his Grail Knight unit.
Can you do that?
Yeah. Why not?
You can charge 2 characters together?
Well, they charge separately out of the unit, right? Ooh, I might.
Yeah, but
Christoph,
isn't that...
I might have cheated you. Here.
I honest to God, not sure I've seen it, but I can't think of why you couldn't, but I don't think I've ever seen it. So that's an interesting one. So viewers, let us know. I'll have to do a little research and see if I can figure that out. That's an interesting one.
But I did play it as they charged out of the unit, but not as a unit. They were separate. I played it as them being separate.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you certainly can't charge 2 separate targets. That's an easy rule. But if you charge the same, that's an interesting one. I honestly don't know. I'd have to check.
So, and then with the wild horns, I charged his yeoman here.
Yeah.
With that, I move my chaff piece up here to block the Band of the Last Charge unit. A reform here to face the Green Knight. One of my centaurs dies from, I think, the ruins.
Okay.
In the magic phase, I get off boosted spectral blades up here on these guys, which is perfect because I'm going to kill these yeomen and they'll just turn to face all this monstrous stuff over here, and then he's really got to think twice about charging me. Obviously, my 2 characters make it in, and on my warlord, I put up the blooded horn, so he's got +1 attack and +2 AP. So he's strength 6, 7 attacks, AP 5.
Goodbye, questing knights.
That exactly happens. I think he challenges one of them, and the rest just go, and then the beast sword just goes off. Yeah, he challenges. I accepted the BSB, and it helps because now he can't attack the BSB because he's in the center. He's touching the model, the full frontage, and the warlord's just touching one guy. It does.
Brutal.
It does pretty well, but he does stick because he's steadfast right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
I win the combat over here against the Knight's Aspirant, which is nice. He only kills 1 back, and I kill 4. Yeah. All right, cool. It's a good turn for me. His turn. He takes the charge into the Wild Horns with. It looks like I take a bunch of damage too. I don't remember what that was from. That must have been from shooting or something. Charges with
No,
both.
it looks like he goes in with this looks like after combat, right? Because the Gargs are gone. So it looks like he goes in with both hippos and the Knights of the Realm, and you wipe the Knights and do some damage to the hippos.
And it's that it was the boosted Spectral Blaze that really did it for me.
He also goes in with the Green Knight. Okay.
Goes in with the Green Knight into the Minotaurs, which I think it's a mistake. I do 2 wounds to him. I don't kill him, but he kills what 4? Does 4 wounds into the Minotaurs. Also, you'll notice the Grail Knights are gone. I pursue with the BSB. I catch him and I stick with the Warlord to turn to face to go into this guy. And that was in his turn, yeah. So yeah, you can see what happens. I charge into his general with my Warlord. I make it in.
Did you consider just going into the aspirants?
You know, I wasn't confident I was going to get Spectral Blades back up on this unit to theoretically kill these guys. The Hippogriffs. So that's where I wanted my Warlord into his general, right?
Yeah. I'm just thinking I guess with your BSB way down over there and no reroll, that steadfast check is shaky with the Wild Horn, so that's fair. Okay. Yep.
So I get +1 toughness over here because I'm thinking he's going to come in with these guys. And yeah, I crunch his general. I try to overrun into the second Hippogriff. I can't make it, but then I reform. I didn't do all the models here, but I reform with the Wild Horns to be 5 wide to get a bunch of ranks. And he takes the charge with this big block into my Minotaurs. He makes it in. He attempts to shoot at my BSB to try to kill him with the Scorpions, and he gets unlucky. He doesn't do it. Doesn't hit. Or I think he hits one and then doesn't wound.
Brutal.
Yeah. And he blows up my Minotaurs. Just gone. Poof.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that the Minotaur Warlord and the Aspirants is a good, but no, I mean, fair enough. You trade his general for the Minotaurs, I guess, which is probably a good trade for you.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's where he ended the game because at this point I charge my Warlord into the flank of his second Hippo, and then I just double charge into the flank with the Wild Horns and the Chariot, and then I'm also gonna make these 2 charges into the Scorpion. So he threw in the towel there. I think Christoph wasn't. He said this is the first time he was playing KOE, so he wasn't too familiar with the army. So I think that attests to it. But I ended up with a 20.
Congrats.
I think Christoph normally plays ID, but he didn't for some reason. I don't remember. He wanted to try out KOE, but that's what it ended up, and I really can't complain. It's a good start for me in the bottom league.
Congrats. Well done. Well played.
So after the 20, I'm like, I'm going to do some leapfrogging. I'm going to do because in the league also, if you get the top spot in your league, you get the opportunity to play one person 2 leagues above you, and if you play them and beat them, you get to jump 2 leagues.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's my goal.
I didn't know that there was like a dual mechanic to it. I thought that it just happened, but okay, cool.
All right, so that's the game. Thank you, Christoph. He was a great player. Unfortunately, I came out on top on this one, but everyone, if you like this report, please like and subscribe. This is a pretty quick one, but everyone have a good evening.
Bye. Later.